How you doing? Let me
Hey.
address this a little bit.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi, Jordan. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining us and doing this interview with us. We really
No.
appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity. I always love the buzz. Y'all always been with me for a minute, so
Yes,
thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate
of course. And you guys, you have a lot of fans right now from all across the world
it.
on your
Yeah, hey
live.
guys, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Let's have a good
Yeah.
time.
Yes. So, Jordan, how are you doing? Right now it's COVID-19 and we're all in the house and we're quarantining. So, how are you doing and how are you feeling?
For me, I'm good. I'm great. I've been utilizing the time to do a lot of self inventory, reading a couple of good books, and just taking the time to also keep in contact with family, which has been really big, which I've really been enjoying a lot. My niece, she just had her 6 year old birthday, so it was,
Oh,
yeah, she just turned 6, and that was a big deal because my brother, they're in New York, and I
okay.
posted my sister-in-law earlier when I started this like hashtag real heroes challenge. Just wanted to put out there all the different people that everybody will know that's working on the front lines in some way or form. But yeah, so we all got the whole family together on the video chat on Hangouts, and we were just singing our happy birthday. We saw the presents that that she got. Siblings. I come from a big family, so a lot of the siblings, they were trying to talk down other people's
Oh,
presents and everything.
so y'all be competing because I know you said you're the youngest, so you guys
Oh
are
yeah.
competing on
Well, I
like
mean, it's not
gift
just my side
exchanges.
too. It's also my sister-in-law's side too. It was funny. It
Oh,
was great because yeah, she wanted a blue watch, and well, she got a couple. and then you had people saying like, yeah, but you see, mine's better because it's a
but she
smart
like
watch.
mine.
You see, and remember that's like, but it was a good time. It was all great.
I love
How
it,
about
and
you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just trying my hardest, trying to stay motivated, trying to work
Hmm.
out because that's hard. Try, being a
Yeah, I
little
miss my
work
gym
mother.
too. I know. I don't think. I think next season when I come back, they not gonna let me take my shirt off. I'm a
No, I
little
feel like
different.
they still will let you take your shirt off, Jordan. I don't think they
And
be like, quarantine's over, you can take your shirt off, it's fine. But yeah, so
I
I'm
don't
doing
know. We'll
good.
see. We'll see what it looks like.
Yes, we're gonna see what it looks like. I'm doing good, and we're here and we're doing technology. So thank you again for joining us. You did talk about the hashtag Real Heroes Challenge that you posted on your IG, and I thought that was really
Yeah.
cool that you started highlighting the people that's on the front line. So talk a little bit about that. Like,
Right.
where did that come from, and why did you want to post that on your IG?
Oh, I got a UPS showing up right now. Actually, matter of
Hey,
fact. But and then, hey, shout out to UPS and all the people that are still delivering mail. How about that? People, real heroes. So how
I just
about
got a
that?
package too, so don't worry about it.
Exactly, exactly. I'll be right back to answer
No,
your
go get
question.
your
All right.
package. We'll let the fans come in. Shout out to everybody that's here. Thank you guys so much for being here, for shouting all the questions out to Jordan. And shout out to all the UPS workers and the essential workers.
Okay. My bad. I am back.
No, you
Sorry.
are more than fine. Don't apologize.
So yeah, so you asked how that got started.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, let me turn the music down a little bit. Um, yeah, honestly, I was just inspired by my sister-in-law. She is a specialist as a cancer surgeon, I believe breast cancer. And her not just doing that, but also volunteering as well after she had just her youngest son. So she has three now. And my brother, they're both from New York, and he used to work NYPD. But it's just, yeah, seeing them, and how they're raising their kids and how grounded they are and how they are tapped into everything. And I mean, my brother, he loves Coltrane, so he's real, he's smooth.
Yeah.
He's a smooth one. Yeah. He goes back, but he's just raising them up with that type of black excellence.
Yeah.
And then seeing her say, okay, I got a job. This is what I did. I took the Hippocratic Oath. Let me go do my job, and I'll work my front lines. You worked your front
Yeah.
line by protecting, and I'm about to do mine. So you know, he might be losing his mind a little bit with 3 kids, but it's all good.
Shout
But
out to
it's
all
all
the
good.
parents. Shout out
Yes,
to
all the
all the
parents, man.
parents.
You know, and that's the thing that kind of really took to light of it was, I mean, these are the these are the people, yes, that go into school and they put in work. I talked to one of my boys, like my old close friend, that I grew up playing little league baseball with and going to elementary school with.
Yeah.
And you should be seeing a photo of him coming up as well. But he's a emergency medicine in
Okay.
ERs, and he went to Jackson State, so at HBCU. But that's like my road dog, and yeah, I mean, like seeing all of them and seeing them in their profession, seeing what they're doing, because these are people that I've grown to love, and I know everybody else has that as well. And we just need to showcase that, you know, because yeah, as a celebrity, it's cool, it's whatever. But I mean, these are people that are doing a difference. I mean, while there's a virus still going on. I mean, to the
Okay.
gentleman that just left me my mail, so they need to be noticed. They need to be highlighted. They need to be known that they are loved and they are appreciated. And and yeah, man, I think like this is something that really has touched everybody globally. And I
Yeah.
mean, I can get into that a whole nother time, but it is what it is. I mean, so that's just kind of where my heart was behind it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I just posted up the doctors, the 2 Chinese doctors that were the whistleblowers of this whole thing. And you know, whether it's conspiracy or not, I whatever. But I mean, those two needed to be highlighted as well. And to also
Yeah.
let it be known that we're all connected by this thread that is so ugly and scary, and but we're all connected by it
Yeah.
because now it's like a scalpel showcasing our humanity, and you're seeing the good and the bad,
Yeah.
and it's everybody.
It's not a game. It is not a game. So I just want to
Nah,
say thank you for highlighting that and having that hashtag and people being able to go to your page and see that and you kind of encouraging your followers to start posting heroes that they know. So I thought that was pretty dope. And
yeah,
I wanted to just say thank you.
I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate it. I think you know where my heart is. Shoot, it all came
Yeah.
from God. So that's what it is, man. I'm just trying to do my part however I can. So I'm staying inside and yeah.
Okay. Well,
What's up though? What else?
well, speaking about superheroes, Black Lightning.
Ooh, Black Lightning, yeah.
Ooh, Black Lightning. Quick question before we go into Black Lightning. Have you always been a fan of comics or have you always just been into the comic world?
So for me, I was always yes, I was a fan of comics books. I grew up in the '90s, right? So I grew up where I kind of my biggest my childhood memory is Batman the animated series because that's the memory I have with my older brother, and so that's why it's kind of tied together because we would always wake up, you know, and so yeah, it was the superheroes, Batman, Superman, Justice League, you know, uh, so it's yeah, you know, I guess I have always had one, but I never really got too much into the comics until I got older and until I got exposed more to it, you know, and had a respect for it. Actually, fun fact, my mom she just sent me a message. There's a show out that is supposed to be about the first black animator and how we went to how we went to Comic-Con. So that was really inspiring. And she sent that to me. I think it's on Amazon, I believe. I forget the
Okay.
name of it though,
I need to check
but
that
I
out
can't exit
myself.
out of it.
That's so cool. I think it's so cool, especially for like Black people who are more open about like comics and
Yeah,
anime. Because I feel
yeah.
like growing up, we
Anime,
didn't
you know me
see that
with
a lot.
anime, I go back to anime. I mean like that's kind of where it was grounded. But you
Yeah.
saying that is huge because, you know, growing up, I kind of you kind of got picked on, you know,
Yeah.
like depending on where you were and everything. But now you got everybody's like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of tight. So
Everyone's
so
like,
you
I
know,
want to go to Comic Con.
I'm telling you, man, like they do a phenomenal job with characterization and just
Yeah.
like developing their characters. It's beautiful screen or writing. It really is. It really is beautiful
Yeah.
writing.
That is awesome. Your fans, you have really great fans.
I do, right.
You have an amazing fan base. How has the
Yes.
fans been to you? Because I mean, you're super diverse and you've kind of been all over doing different things. But I feel like
Right.
your fan base is very loyal and strong, especially like the
Right,
comic
right.
book fans. Because comic book fans don't
No.
play.
Right, I know. It's yeah, man. I mean, I'm humbled by it. You know, I'm really humbled because, like I said, I grew up watching like this type of stuff, and like playing this type of character is a dream come true. You know, it's an answer. It's prayers answered. Um, but but yeah, man. Like my friends being, or not my friends, but my fans. I guess I could call them my friends too. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, it's really nice to have that support. You know, because growing up, I only had it really from my core family. And yeah, it's good though. And I had it with my friends, and seeing that grow, it just makes me want to, you know, just yeah, say thank you and do more stuff like this to give back to them, you know, and everything. So it's a beautiful thing. It's great, and they are loyal, and I don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's see what's coming around the corner. You know, what's next.
Yes, they
But
don't play well. Season three, Black Lightning. We just got the end of season three. So for you, you kind of you play like two different people. So I wanted to know, how is that playing two different characters, the Khalil and the Painkiller, and how is that switching, I guess, on and off, because they're extremely different.
yeah, yeah. So the way that I always kind of attacked the roles whenever going in, because you know they explained to me a little bit further down into the season, any work that we do, you always want to have your own like history that you want to make for the character, just so that it's more, you can grasp it and morph into that. So I can morph out of Jordan and be Khalil Pain or be Painkiller, because you know, and actually one of my boys, he was talking to me. Sorry, I got all
That's
my
okay.
friends messaging me and everything now. But my friend, he was Will Catlett, who plays Lala. He just put out a whole teaching and sort of like a masterclass video, and I'm gonna post it up later. But he did a great job where he was talking about how we have to be able to morph out of ourselves and into that character who you're supposed to be. So playing Painkiller and Khalil, luckily enough, I had time to really be Painkiller for the majority of this season, you know, for this last season. And what that allowed me to do was redevelop and rethink, like, okay, so this is Painkiller. I'm going to stretch him as far as I can, that they will let me in my guidelines. But as far as I can, to be Painkiller. Now I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like change my voice or anything or like that, but less is more. So you have to be very apparent, aware of what you're doing with this character, because it's like clay. You know, anything is, it's like a clay, it's a craft. So I have to make sure it's malleable. I have to make sure myself is malleable as well. And then what that allows me to do is, as I'm creating this sculpture, now I'm seeing like these are the different things than I've already created with him. And now it allows me to see more of what I'm going to do in detail and find details of Khalil. You know, so it's the fun part of it. It's the fun craft of it. You know, and being able to create, being able to get rid of stuff and just think about stuff. But yeah, and what always helps is having a what always helps is being able to have like that specific adjective just trigger you back into it.
Yeah.
So for Painkiller, it was like anger, rage, you know, um, evil. And then when you go to Khalil, the biggest thing that always got with me with Khalil was a man of integrity, and a level of innocence. And innocence isn't necessarily a bad thing, but or like a weak thing as well. It can be strong in its own right. Um, and you saw that. You saw
Yeah.
that displayed when he would talk to Jen's character back over at the gym in the first season, I believe, when I held her accountable and I called her out. You know, so that was a level of innocence, but I also had integrity behind that as well.
Yeah.
But
I
that is,
really, I really, really enjoyed season three. I also love seeing the fighting, the martial arts, and
oh yeah,
the stuff. What was that like? Did you get? I mean, because you're obviously fighting yourself, but
right. Well, I was actually fighting Nick Pelikai.
yes,
He's my stunt double. Love the dude to death. As well as the other stunt doubles that I've had as well. You know, but I mean, yeah, man, you know, working with him, training with him, you know, anything with fight choreography is like a dance. And the whole team, I think all of our stunt coordinators throughout the year have just been phenomenal with working with me and developing me. And it's also a matter of the work that you put in too. So training with him, then being willing to train with me during the off season as well. Like I was training with like shooting techniques, you know, and being able to do that, just that gave the writers, oh, that's an opportunity for us to do this because he's been working on that and doing this. And yeah, so like to the point of being malleable, I got to give myself enough opportunities in order
Yeah.
to give the show opportunities, you know, because we do it for the fans too, you know,
Right.
so that's what it's also about. But yeah,
Yeah, and the fans love it because they're saying they love all the fighting scenes. It was super,
I mean, it was
super
a
awesome.
blast. Yeah, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun, man. And you know, working with him still, it's it's a blast.
Yeah.
I can't say anything else. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. Well, question for you, going into the new season, do you see Khalil, I guess, taking on a new persona or morphing into anyone else now that Painkiller is gone?
Um, I don't think it's necessarily him morphing into anyone else. I think it's more so him maturing.
Mm,
He's going to be dealing with post-traumatic stress. I mean,
yeah.
we got to see the beginning of, you know, him being able to sort of, I guess, get revenge. And the fact that I didn't kill Odell, hope I didn't ruin it for anybody. Wow.
Spoiler
Uh,
alert.
so sorry.
It's
Wow.
okay.
Dang.
They had a few months to catch up.
Right. Right. Okay. So with that, it shows though that that integrity is still there. It shows that that's something that you can work off of, and that's gonna be, you know, that sort of thing to fight between. I guess seeing, I feel like being somebody, personally for me, I feel like, you know, and I'm saying as Khalil, if he were to, after being controlled and mind altered and being, you know, taken advantage of, I
Hmm.
feel like that's definitely going to be a trigger for if he ever witnesses that with somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's something that won't slide with him. You know what I mean? But I think that's also something that can propel into something. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying
Hmm.
that's me thinking. You know, that's me.
Well, I think, like you said, it will touch up, like, the PTSD and at least showing that, especially in the Black community, especially for Black men, and to show that on television, because I feel like we don't get that a lot and we don't talk about
Yeah,
that a lot on
yeah,
TV. So I think
yeah.
that, I think it's really interesting. So I feel like Black Lightning does a lot, especially for like the Black community, and you know,
Right.
and that's what we
And
appreciate.
you and I'm so glad you said that too because I have I have six nieces and nephews between my two
Wow,
brothers. My
that's
sister,
amazing.
she needs to get to work because she's about to get married, but Corona held everything off. So, you know, but she'll be behind. Don't worry, she'll be coming up.
She'll be
And then
coming
my
up
other
soon.
sister
She'll
needs
be
to get
coming
to
up
work
soon.
too. We want to grow this family, make it big. But you know, that's kind of the thing that I've also appreciated too, and
Yeah,
the fact that I can be on the screen where my nieces and nephews can see me, you know, and see not just me, but also a show where it's the Black superhero. You know, it's like
yeah.
that's so cool. You know, because for me growing up, Batman was kind of like my Black superhero. So I be for real, like,
Okay.
and of course, and that was DC. You know, I mean, like until you know Justice League came out when we saw you know James. You know, so but yeah, I mean, it's it's a huge responsibility, and it's one that
Yeah.
I don't take lightly, and I especially with the young men, you know, and I'm glad that the show discusses topics just like other Black shows too. I mean, with
Yeah.
Blackish and you know, it's those conversations that we do have that we have to have, but yeah, it's not fair to have. But yeah,
Yeah. I think Black Lightning does such a great job on that. So shout out to you guys. If you
yeah.
had to pick, who would be your favorite person to play? If you had a choice, is it Khalil? Is it Painkiller? Does it matter?
I mean, after you know seeing me get my butt whooped all the season two, I mean, I gotta say, like, you know, I enjoy playing Painkiller. I mean, he's winning.
Yeah, that's true.
um, but no, I mean, like, it's. I honestly have to say, like, being able to play both characters and have that war in between the two makes it fun to want to play both. So I can't really choose. I mean, especially when if you know Khalil he matures, he'd be able to do the fighting without needing, you know. And I mean, we kind of saw that in that last bit. So it shows that mental strength. I love how we showcase the mental strength within a Black young man that you have to
Yes.
build, and the capacity that you have to build. And you know, that could go over people's heads is something, but or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But you have to have a mental toughness
Yeah.
against yourself, because that's the only person that can truly beat you.
That's a fact. You better preach it, Jordan.
Mhm.
Well, shout out to Black Lightning and all the Black Lightning fans. Now, something that scared the life out of me was a great movie that you did called Countdown.
Thank you, thank you.
Great movie. Only because I'm afraid of horror movies and thrillers, but I
Right,
went to
right.
go see it, and it was a really good movie. So, what attracted you to that role and that
That
movie?
Well, I mean, that was an opportunity, you know, that presented itself during the hiatus, and you know, I looked at that as, wow, this is an opportunity, you know, with any audition that I go out, you know, and the way that, you know, I was brought up and how my mom would always pray with my brother and I whenever we would go to an audition, you know, if this is for us, then the Lord open the door. If not, then slam it
Okay.
shut. And we move on to the next one. So, you know, it was the opportunity to do a feature film, to work with STX Films, to work with a new director, Justin Deck, and to create relationships, you know, within the industry. And, you know, it just so happened to turn out that, hey, they offered me the job. Apparently, the role was written for a white guy.
Yes,
So,
I heard that in one of your interviews that Matt was originally a white guy.
right, right. You know, so I mean, it was, you know, it was just like any other opportunity that I just took. And hey, the doorway opened up and we went in there. And apparently, Justin, he texted us a few, I think it was last month, but the numbers for it did extremely well, like
Yeah.
extremely well internationally as well. So, you know, to the international fans as well, like the domestic fans, like seriously, thank you guys so much, because I'm an entertainer, and I'm doing what I enjoy doing. I'm glad that it's, you know, you guys are receiving it well, and yeah, I'm just having fun. And yeah, man, you know, I appreciate the support. It does mean a lot. And yeah, that was my first feature, major feature, and I was doing that while I was also doing Yvette Nicole Brown's movie. Can't just announce that one and not not
Yes.
talk about Always a
Yeah,
Bridesmaid
we're
too.
gonna touch up on that one too.
You know, I just
We're gonna
had to.
touch
I
up on
got to make sure.
we're
Put
gonna touch
that
up on that one too.
right, right, right.
You
You
are so
know,
diverse.
but yeah, and doing that, you know, because I was able to do that at the same time, and it was God's hand over all of that, and
Yeah.
everybody that I met on Countdown, PJ Burns, he's Principal Lowry on the show for
Yeah.
Black Lightning, and you know it's funny because being able to do the movie, he has done a lot of films as well. He's done a lot of films as well. And so he kind of was that sort of like mentor guy that I found on set, because I look for him on set. Like, I just want to eat and be like fed and get wisdom from anybody. Like, please. Um, but yeah, so it's dope because he had worked with the producers before, because he had done like different screams and no, not screams, but Final Destination. And yeah, it was a great opportunity for me to continue to learn. And he was just always telling me, like, be confident, baby. You good, baby. You got this. Come on, Papa. And like, he's a little small Italian man. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I love you, PJ. Like, he's great, and he's got a great, wonderful heart and spirit. So that was also a great experience to be able
Yeah.
to do that with him and everyone else there too.
Yeah, that movie was great. I really loved it. I jumped every time. I'm like, oh God. But it was cool to see a
Oh
black character
man,
in this movie, especially a horror movie. Have you always been a fan of horror films and thrillers?
no,
Okay,
no,
same.
and I tell you why. I will tell you why. My
Same.
cousin Brandy and my brother Niles, these two, they decided when I was 6 years old, it'd be funny to make me be locked in the room with them and watch all of it when my parents were
What?
gone and my
Yo,
auntie was babysitting. Yeah, trouble passed.
yo. So is it safe to say you're afraid of clowns?
Oh yeah,
Same.
yeah, yeah. I will. No, I'm not. No. So if you think it's cute, for any of my fans, y'all want to play a prank on me, and you think it's cute, Run up on me with a clown mask or anything else.
It's gonna be a problem.
I mean, hey, all I'm saying is
Just saying.
you took the risk.
Same.
No,
I did. I
I'm joking.
did.
I'm joking. Please don't come at me with no clowns, please, y'all. Like, please don't.
Please don't start a Jordan's DMs showing him any clowns. We don't want to see it. Well, because Countdown had to do with an app. I had some friends, I will not name them, but they downloaded the fake Countdown app. So what's an app that you cannot live without? Especially now, because right now we're using our phones and we're all on social media, but what's an app that you use all the time?
The one that I probably use all the time is, oh gosh, maybe Amazon Music. Yeah, I gotta have that one. I mean, I gotta have my music, you know.
Same. Mine's is that and Uber Eats, but here we are. It's fine.
What, that it reads?
No, Uber Eats, Postmates.
Oh, dang.
You know.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, but I mean, yeah, I'm trying to get off of that stuff, though, too. I mean, because it costs too much damn money, girl.
I'm about to delete all those apps off my phone.
Right. Man, come on now. No, but, and my sister, she's helping me put a garden up too, so I'm excited about that. That's been so I'm not gonna be needing Uber Eats or anything anymore. Off grid.
Good. That's awesome. Well, something that we touched about, another movie you played in on Netflix is in BET's Always a Bridesmaid.
Yeah.
That was a great movie, like a rom-com. So what was about that role that attracted you? Because it's a different genre.
Yeah, man. And you know, like I said, those two came at the perfect time because both productions worked with one another for me to be able to do both. And Yvette Nicole Brown, who wrote and produced or helped produce the show, with Tridestin, and she offered me the role, and based off of the body of work that I had done and she had seen before, and I was just like, wow, man, that's extremely humbling, and I took it. And when I read the script, it's one of those scripts where it was just, how could I say no? You know, how could I say no? I mean, there were so many. I mean, growing up watching Love and Basketball, Love Jones. You know, I mean, it's we were Javicia and I, we were like, yeah, man, this could be our poetic justice. You know, we got to do this. And it's like, yes, man, like for real, cause and then to also be able to be part of that and give back to my culture personally, like that's huge. That's huge. I mean, like it's so it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was a great story. Beautiful people. Got to work with Tosin as well, who plays Instant on Black Lightning as well. He played he was on the show, and it was great vibing with him. And man, just a more beautiful people to learn from. Like that place was just crawling with just wisdom, and it was great.
Such a beautiful cast as well, and it's such a great. It was such a great movie and a great rom-com, especially like for Black people, because like you said, growing up, we had the Love Jones and the Poetic Justices and the Love and Basketball. So I think it's cool to see those now.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a while since we've had one of those. So we aim for that. We don't know, you know, hopefully, you know, we've been getting great responses back with that too. So we're glad that that you guys and everybody is enjoying, you know.
Yes, because people in the comments now are saying they loved Always Be a Bridesmaid. Always a Bridesmaid.
Are they?
They're in the comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they love that.
It stopped going up. Wow.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite? I don't know if you watch rom-coms. Do you have a favorite rom-com?
Favorite romantic comedy?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. This is gonna be probably. This is great. Dang. Favorite romantic comedy? You gotta. That's a tough one. I haven't watched.
I know that's tough. Or maybe like if you had three that you like.
And you're saying romantic comedy, so they funny. Okay.
Romantic comedies. It's tough.
Well, you give me some. Some. How about that? You give me your three first.
My three favorite rom-coms would have to be. I was just watching My Best Friend's Wedding last night. I know, I'm corny.
I don't think I see that one. I haven't seen that one.
It's really good. You and everybody in the comments have to watch My Best Friend's Wedding. Damn, what's another good like? Because I feel like all the Black movies I love, they're not rom-coms.
I'll give you one. Okay. We'll go back and forth. I'll give you one. All right. Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, that one's good. That one's
That's
good. I
fun.
like that.
That's a good one.
I
Your
like
turn.
that. Okay. I was saying I feel like the romantic movies I love, like the Black movies, aren't really rom-coms.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, but I mean, they are funny. Like,
They are okay. Classic Black love story movies. That's better. Because I can give you like a whole list.
oh, you give me a
Like
whole list of classic
my,
love stories.
my favorite is Poetic Justice, of course. That's like one of my
Poetic.
favorites.
For me, it's Love and Basketball, and I don't
Ooh,
even
that's a
play
good one.
basketball. I don't even play basketball, but Love and
Neither do I.
Basketball, and this one's kind of sad, but also Atonement. So it's those
Ooh,
two. I know they're so different, but
they're so different.
they're just so good.
But they're so
I
good.
like to look at it as that's my range. I got a
Oh, that's
wide
good.
range of, you know.
That's good. I'm sticking to My Best Friend's Wedding as being one of my favorite rom-coms, but I'm sure if I can think, I can give like a
Mm,
better list. But I just thought of it because I seen it last night. You've been super diverse, and I talked about this earlier, and you've played in different genres. Is there a
right.
genre that you have been done yet that you want to do?
Uh,
Or
Probably an
maybe a genre that you would love to
autobiography.
do again?
I would probably say an autobiography.
Ooh,
I mean,
okay.
like, I love independent films as well. Like, so I
Yeah.
definitely want to do that. I love a period piece, actually. Yeah,
I like
period
those.
piece. I definitely would love to do a period piece. Man, I have an obsession with just the Harlem Renaissance,
Oh my
1920. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Black excellence. I mean, Langston Hughes, all of them. Just
yes.
like it's just like oh yeah. So I would love to do something like that. One of my movies that I do enjoy, Spike Lee's what am I going? Oh my gosh, Denzel Washington, Wesley
Um,
Snipes.
I know exactly.
Uh,
I know exactly what you're talking
you
about.
know
And
which
that
one I'm
is,
talking about? Why
I
is
know
the
exactly what you're talking
you
about.
know the
Is it blue?
he always kisses his lip? He
We're
kisses his
like,
lip before he did it. Oh my gosh, why can't I
we're
remember
horrible
it?
right now. But I know exactly what you're talking about because I watched that as a kid and then I watched it as an adult and I had such a different appreciation for that
Mm,
film.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I love Spike Lee in general and all his films because it's just all Black excellence. I know exactly the movie you're talking about, but if you guys
Right.
know in the comments, let us know. More Better
Let us know.
Blues.
I'm actually scrolling through it right now, trying to see if somebody can
Someone
help
said
me
it.
out. Like
More Better Blues.
Mo Bad Blue, yeah, Mo Better Blues, Mo Better Blues. That's
More
right.
Better
Yeah, yeah,
Blues.
yeah, yeah. That's yeah. I mean, like that's oh gosh, I love that. So yeah, I would love to do like a period piece though in the 1920s. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's super dope. One of my favorite shows, and someone also said Devil in a Blue Dress. That's what I thought.
Oh
Is
yeah.
Boardwalk Empire because it touches on the 1920s and it touches a little bit on Harlem. So that's why, like, I
Mhm.
love that whole 20s era. So that's a really, really good one.
I haven't finished Boardwalk Empire. I actually was doing that, but I
It's
didn't finish it yet. But
it's
I do
good.
have. I got to tap into that one. You're right. You're right.
Yep, that one's good. That one's good. Something I admire about you and something I think your fans love is that you're very spiritual and you post
Oh
that a
yeah.
lot on your Instagram and on your social media and on your Twitter. Where does that come from? Because I love that, especially seeing like a man talk about God and his love for God and posting
Right.
scriptures. Where does that come
Right,
from?
absolutely, and just to be specific to Jesus Christ, you know, is
Yes,
definitely just to make sure. Like, I believe Jesus is God, but I just want to make sure like that part is just right on the nail, bullseye.
yes,
I think that obviously comes from my parents, my upbringing, my family, um, but that, like I said, matured in my experiences, in my my success, but more so in my failures. Um, Way more so in my failures because what it was the encompassing love of forgiveness and mercy and grace. And so, you know, you asked me how I'm doing during the whole coronavirus, and yeah, I mean, like I'm good. I'm set. I'm fine. You know, and it's beautiful. But the reason why is because I have that perfect peace, and that's something that I sought out. And because I've sought that out, it became more intimate for me.
yeah,
It became more personal for me. And and all I'm called to do is go forth and be a fisher of men, mankind. Uh, that doesn't mean I'm supposed to pull it in. That just means I set the net
right.
out, you know. as a gardener, you throw the seed out and hope that it falls on soft soil. But more than anything, I hope to, present love, because that love will be an actual representation of who Jesus is, who I actually believe
Yeah.
in. And then what that does is, like John says, I must decrease so he may increase. And it's funny because I'm increasing as like fame and everything, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm just another dude that messes up that he uses. And for me, that speaks volumes because he wants to do the same for everybody else. You know what I mean? So that's just my job. I'm just supposed to be a spokesperson for that. And it's interesting because yeah, I mean, like that's it's what it is. I mean, like
Yeah.
you ask, and I mean, it's humbleness, it's humility, because I know, what I was, and I say that because who I am now is Christ, because I've been saved, I've been just by accepting it.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm sealed. I was listening to Hey Believer, or watching it. One of my friends, he does that on Instagram as well. That's called Hey.Believer. I'm actually going to be having him come on my IG, I believe this week, or I'll be on his. But
Nice.
but it's, I was just, the reason why I bring that up is because I was listening to them, and one of the things that the guy was talking about was I wrote it down, so I got the note, but it's a cliche, which is or cliche, I believe, and it's a Greek term which was originally used by the Romans, which represented Caesar and his council. And so you had where Christ is referencing that as well. And the thing is, they're within the kingdom, the ecclesia, right? So they go before Caesar and they hear what Caesar, as he says, this is what I want to do for my kingdom, for my domain. This is where you're to do. Now go forth and go do that. On the same thing as Christ likened it to that, I'm just another one of those, like, maybe I'm like behind one of the high member councils and I'm just scribing down. I'm like in the back. But I'm like, okay, Lord, yep, you want me to do that? All right. Because, I mean, you got so many other, like, amazing individuals out there that are doing stuff as well. But at the end of the day, we're all still same in the eyesight of God, because he's a respecter of no man, you know?
Okay.
And I actually was going through Proverbs, and Proverbs, the one for today is 27 or 20 verse 7. It says, the righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. And, so those are just, forward thinking. We're always talking about being woke. We're always talking about doing this and that. Okay, well, forward think then, not just of yourself, but of the future. Not just
Right.
of your future, but of your legacy. Not just of your legacy, but your impact. And
Yeah.
so, and one of my favorite mentors who I served with back in college, he told me, Adrian Greer, he always said, God uses crooked sticks to make straight lines.
Mm.
And so when I talk about that, I talk about it to inspire people and remind people, like, they are loved,
Yeah.
and if you want that, it's right there. It's an opportunity. It's freely given. Like what I'm offering is just freely given. I'm just doing my job because I don't want y'all to look at me. I want y'all to look at him. Like
Yeah.
for real, for real.
No, you're super inspirational. I know sometimes I come to your page if I'm like filling out the loop sometimes, and I'll come to your page just to get a little bit of inspiration. And I know
Oh,
right now
thanks.
a lot of people are feeling down because of what we're all going through, and a lot of us are in the
Right.
house and a lot of us don't understand. So if you had like maybe a little bit inspiration that you can possibly give your fans, because I see them that they're in the comments and they're just thanking you
Right.
for even speaking the word. If you could just probably give like a little inspiration and motivation, just feel free, because I
Right.
love hearing you speak.
I mean, honestly, the only inspiration that I can give is probably gonna be, sorry, let me turn music down. I mean, it's a reminder, like the reason. Okay, so you come to me, you ask me what what inspiration is, what it is that I can impart upon everybody else, or whoever may want to receive it.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I can tell y'all is, if you want to know, like, why I have this peace, why I have this calmness, why I have this joy, even though it is ugly out there, and It's not something that, is to be taken lightly. There are people that are extremely, like, the impact that they're going through is detrimental, and they're worried about that. And it is a real fear. And it's something that, should be highlighted, but it shouldn't be dwelt on. It should be, you know, something that we need to be able to help, helping. And
Yeah.
um and I say that because the joy that I have right now, the peace that I have, the calm that I have, the calmness, it's not reliant on my industry. It's not reliant on my job. It's not reliant, and I mean this with the most respect, it's not reliant on CW or Black Lightning or anybody else. Man does not give me my career. It's only given by God. That's the
Okay.
only thing. That's my true manager. And so the reason why I have that is because I have Jesus Christ. And because I
Yeah.
have Jesus Christ, I have hope. And so Paul, he says, uh, he talks about how we should be studied up in the Word of God so that when the opportunity presents itself, we may show ourselves approved of the hope that we proclaim. And
Right.
so, yeah, it's not anything that may be well received. It's all from God, and it's just that peace that He has. Because yeah, I'm here alone, but I firmly believe that I'm here with Christ, though. And
Yeah.
He has a legion of angels protecting me, as He
Yeah.
does my friends and my family and everyone else. So
I
it's
receive
just,
it.
but I mean, and the thing about it is, this is faith in action now.
Yeah.
Now you go into James. Now you go into John. Now you got people talking about, like, oh, this is faith in action. This is rubber hits road, because now what it requires of you is an action, which is that belief. It's
Yeah.
not just to. It's not just. There's a reason why this thing is called the living Word of God, because
Mm.
it's living and it's continuing and it's teaching you something new. And it's revealing things of yourself, your faults and your strengths. But it's also revealing how you are so uniquely designed and created that God knows the ins and outs of you, and he wants to just highlight those, and He wants to show you how He took His time to create you inside and out. And I hold on to that because that's where my hope lies.
Yeah.
Because it's not just to get into heaven. Nah, I mean, that's taken care of. That's taken care of because of His salvation. And it doesn't leave, it doesn't impart. Once you accept Christ, you're good. You're good. You don't have to work your way into heaven.
Facts.
Paul says, it's not by works that so man would boast, but it's only by the blood of Christ that you're saved. So, I mean, I can keep going on and on and on, but you asked why, that's where I'm at. So, and that
Love
just comes with
it.
time. That
Yeah.
just comes with time and just, seeking out what that true love is, and then trying to apply that into life, because it's not easy. It's not
No,
easy,
it's not.
but you don't have to do it alone. That's the point of the
Yeah.
church, though. And we're going. Me and my homies, we're going through what you call it. We're going through First Corinthians, and he talks about it's First Corinthians, I believe. Let me just make sure I have the right reference. 10, and it talks about how we're not supposed to be divided, but we're supposed to be united through, like, in the mind and judgment of Christ.
Yeah.
But are we seeing that right now? I
Mm.
just leave that over on the table right there. And
I
before
love
you look at that with other people, look at it from within. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. I mean, it's okay to be real with yourself and to see, your faults. What I'm realizing is, in a relationship, I have to know what my strengths are, but also what my weaknesses are. So that way, when I find somebody that I want to be with, when I find whoever she is, she's going to be strengthening my strengths.
Okay.
But I can't just require that of her. I have to work on myself first, because it's not fair. But I don't know. I was just talking.
Jordan, you giving the word. I'm just telling you right now, you are such a blessing. Not just me, but your fans. I'm reading the
Oh God,
comments
I
and
take no credit.
listen, God is good, man. But you are a
Yeah.
true blessing in all the words that you're saying, because I'm reading the comments and everyone is just loving everything that you're speaking about, and you're just a blessing.
All,
So
all
yeah,
right in
shout
there.
out. Okay,
It's
and then
all
yeah,
right
they
in
see
there.
your
That's where it's
Bible.
at.
A few fans bought up your scripture tattoo, so everyone, like, they're taking notice, and you're a blessing,
Good,
and they really appreciate you.
good, good, good.
Jordan, I appreciate you. Where's
Thank
the
you. And I
buzz?
appreciate you
Appreciates
too.
you. Yes. Before we
Thank you.
go, because you are so amazing, let the fans know where they can
Mhm.
find you at. You know, we're not popping up with the clowns, but let your fans know where they can
Oh,
follow
no, no,
you.
I know. I was just saying, like, I'm not amazing. I do that. I'm just used. But yes, you guys can find me at, what is my name? Oh yeah, J_Calloway 6. That's where you guys can find me. J_Calloway 6, and then my Instagram is I'm so bad at this. It's
It's
Jordan
okay.
Calloway and the
Listen,
blue
I
check.
would say 99.9% of the people in here already know your Instagram because they all your
Cool.
fans. So
There you go. Cool. There it is. And you know
they
that. Thank
already
God
know
for
who
him.
you are.
Thank
But
God
we're
for
gonna
him, because y'all helping me out, man. Shoot, for real.
yeah.
Y'all
They
helping
know
me
who you
out.
are. They love you. If you read the comments, your fans love you. They're amazing. You're
Uh,
amazing, Jordan.
and I
We
love you
have to do
too,
this
man.
again.
Seriously. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I ain't going nowhere, so.
Same. It's like
But
come
be safe. Please be safe and stay
yes.
healthy and
Yes.
stay inside.
Okay, wash your hands.
Yeah, stop being nasty, y'all. Wash your
Okay.
hands. Like, stop picking your nose too, because I know some of y'all are real gross out there too.
Stop
Yeah,
touching your
you
face.
thought it was cute. You thought it was cute, huh?
Thought it was cute, but it wasn't. Jordan, thank you so much. We'll be talking to you again soon because this was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. All
you
love,
are a
man.
blessing. Thank you,
Y'all
Jordan, and
are.
thank you to all the Jordan's fans. And
Thank you
Jordan,
guys.
for
Yes, thank you
everybody,
for coming out.
yes, this will be posted on the Where's the Buzz site, so you guys will get to see this on their Instagram page.
Dope,
All
dope.
right, thanks,
Love you.
Jordan.
Have a good one, you guys.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. All right.